All right, in this virtual tour video, I really want to test to see if you're paying attention because we're standing in a music room and I'd like to talk about science and also foreign language. So really just a chance to show you another classroom and answer a few more questions that have come up. So first, for science, we use a rotation where every 4 years the cycle can repeat itself and build in depth. Our scholars in one grade level will study one subject in science in depth, and we use a curriculum by Paige Hudson, and we're Charlotte Mason informed so that our focus is Socratic discussions, observations, and experimentations. So our teachers are taking their classes outside, giving them chances to observe, to experiment, bringing experiments into the classroom, turning the classroom into a lab. And it's a very life-giving, inspirational approach to science. So the disciplines that we study, one in-depth for an entire year, and then it will rotate after 4 years. Earth science, biology, chemistry, and physical science. So a first grader would experience it at one level, and then a fifth grader would experience it at a much more in-depth level, appropriate to their grade. With foreign language, we have a very unique approach, and it is based on psychology and the way that the brain works. So in grades kindergarten through second grade, our scholars will have Spanish, and that'll be 2 or 3 times a week. It'll be about for 30 minutes. It's very fun, interactive. They're singing songs, they're reciting choral responses, building their vocabulary, because research shows that when young ears are exposed to a new language, it opens up their mind and their ears so that later in life, when they study a foreign language in a more academic way, their fluency and their pronunciation will be much better. From 3rd grade through 5th grade, they will study Latin, and it's approached in a way that's very interactive as well, very fun, a lot of chants and repeating after the teacher, choral responses. And then beginning in 6th grade, our scholars study Latin as a formal subject. Research shows that Latin is fantastic for building that vocabulary, for language usage, for grammar, for even preparation for ACT, SAT. And if you ask someone in the fields of science, law, biology, Latin is not a dead language. It's still very much alive. The scientific terms, the legal terms that we would use in our own constitutional law, all have that strong Latin background. And anywhere that the Roman Empire conquered, all of Southern Europe, so French, Italian, Portuguese, Spanish, all have that strong Latin influence. So by studying Latin in an academic way for 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, our scholars will be very well prepared then in high school to specialize and to master one or more languages in a really in-depth way, and to be very well balanced and set up for success for the remainder of their life with the foreign language of their choosing. So that's a little bit about those programs. Since we're in the music room, I have to mention as well, we have beautiful musical productions. So as our scholars practice and prepare, they'll stand before you, their families and parents and grandparents. They'll say in unison a famous poem or speech that they've memorized, and they'll sing some of the beautiful music that ties into that time period in history that they have been studying.